Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a deadly duo in love that loves reacting to some death battle.
Yeah.
And it's Spooktober, so we're going to check out not like a spooky, scary one, but two guys that have seen some spooky, scary stuff. So Leon Kennedy versus Frank West. Resident Evil versus Dead Rising.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what we're checking out today. If you want all of our death battle reactions, check out the description of this video. We got playlists there, as well as a link to Patreon. Get early ad-free access to our reactions. And Bethany's going to explain how we do death battle on this channel because it's a little bit different in case it's the first time.
In case it's the first time. So Ken and I like to be a little bit competitive.
Mhm.
And so we were placing bets last year on who we thought the winner of the death battle would be. Unfortunately, more often than not, we actually had the same mindset and chose the same person. So this year, we're making it interesting. We're adding Monopoly money.
Mhm.
So what happens now is we'll watch the first part of the video where they talk about their armors, weapons, special skills, advantages, disadvantages. Then we're going to pause the video. We're going to place our bets. And then we're going to see the second half of the video to determine which one of us has more money at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Whichever one of us has the most money by Thanksgiving, that person gets to choose our cosplay outfits for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
So we're getting down to it. I think we only have probably like 4 more left of death battles to check out before Thanksgiving. So score right now is 285 good guys. That's me. And 280 beautiful women.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say bad guys.
Okay.
You know, just because I'm a good guy doesn't make you a bad guy.
Okay. I see what you did there. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Surviving the undead apocalypse takes grit, perseverance, and an army's worth of firepower.
Yeah.
With all that and some luck, these two became experts in zombie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Leon Kennedy, the top cop and government agent in Resident Evil.
And Frank West, the backyard wrestling MacGyver of Dead Rising.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
As a child, Leon Scott Kennedy's father instilled in him a strong sense of justice.
Oh my God, he's so
Following in his
young.
Where's this
footsteps,
from?
Leon joined the police force, determined to uncover the darkest riddles and uphold the law.
Just commercial for Leon's debut.
For
Okay.
his first ever assignment, he took the biggest challenge he could find. Instead of picking an easy job like dishing out dastardly parking tickets, he was off to Raccoon City to investigate a bunch of mysterious murders.
His instincts were good.
He doesn't have the blonde
perhaps
hair.
Too good. Officer Kennedy wound up choosing the most challenging and dangerous assignment he possibly could have.
Yeah, turns out Trash Panda Town was due for a big old zombie outbreak.
Trash Panda
and
Town.
Leon got stuck in the middle. How's that for hazing the rookie?
He wasn't a rookie for long. After fending off the zombie threat and even taking a bullet,
From the grassy knoll?
Leon was recruited by the American
Bodyguard to the
government
president?
as a special agent, bodyguard, and their go-to specialist for apocalyptic events.
In all cases, the people that are bitten become infected themselves and go on to attack others. The only way to stop the spread of infection is to destroy the infectee's brains. Shoot them in the head.
His training at the police academy turned him into a pretty tough guy. But as a special agent, he became unstoppable.
All thanks to his extensive firearms training, extreme driving tests, and the study of tactical response scenarios.
Guess what martial art they teach American Secret Service members? A traitorous Russian one called Sistema, and Leon is an expert at it.
Never
Sistema
even
is a
heard that one.
free-form martial art focusing on disabling targets via pressure points and joints.
Oh,
While not
cool.
specifically lethal on its own, Sistema also involves quite a lot of training with knives and firearms.
That's good, because I don't think fists are
Badass.
enough to take on monsters like the tyrants, skinless dogs, and... Is that Gene Simmons?
Bioorganic weapons, or BOWs, were far tougher than your ordinary run-of-the-mill zombie. Thankfully, Leon has the weaponry to take them on.
He's efficient with just about any kind of gun, but like
Oh,
me,
shit. Well,
that was
he loves
cool.
carrying
Yeah, with his
around
foot.
his favorites, including the Silver Ghost, a unique pistol specifically designed for him. He's also got a modified 50 caliber Desert Eagle Magnum, a gift from his father. Lucky bastard. All I ever got from my dad was a sore cheek.
While he has no problem dual-wielding handguns, Leon is extremely proficient in dealing damage with heavier weapons, such as the M203 grenade launcher or his ludicrous rocket launcher special.
That tipped wrecker of an RPG is far more powerful than an ordinary propelled grenade. The gun itself
Thanks,
looks
Ava.
similar to a classic RPG-7 model, first used as an anti-tank weapon by the Soviet Union. Since the red grenade is so deadly, it's probably a thermobaric explosive.
No, don't use it on this boss. Use it on the boss
Launched over
after.
600 feet for a 60-foot wide explosion. That's more than enough to take down one of those bow wows.
Leon has plenty of experience with hand grenades, rifles, flamethrowers, etc., but one weapon stands above them all: his knife.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Leon's combat knife is way more than some plain old red cutter. He's practically magic when it comes to his
Can you
skill
cut
with
through
a
a
knife.
padlock
And
like
if he
butter?
gets hit, he'll be fine. Probably. I mean, he's wearing lightweight level 3 tactical body armor, which can stop bullets from a magnum and even some rifles. If he does take a hit, he's carrying some healing herbs, which he can also take a hit from, if you know what I mean.
Snorting drugs, Boomstick. Healing herbs have a history of being applied as an aerosol spray or ground up within paper.
Well, once Leon became the government's numero uno answer to all their zombie problems, he was stopping outbreaks all over the world. He had to pull off some awesome feats to do it. He even had to make some horrible sacrifices along the way. Like that poor Ducati.
Leon is strong enough to crush a skull or even force open the jaws of a giant infected shark. The shark appears to be similar in size to a great white, which has a bite strength of nearly 2 tons of force.
That shit's crazy! And speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about
There are
Leon's
zombie sharks?
relationship with boulders.
That's when I check
Relationship
out.
with what?
Boulders! You know, they're like really big rocks. Think you would know that. Well, he fought Chris Redfield to a standstill, the famous boulder puncher.
Boulder
himself.
puncher.
And while Leon doesn't seem to have Chris's brute strength, he did push over this giant rock with a little help.
Leon is pretty quick too. He's dodged bullets, a moving laser grid, and even outraced this tyrant, which, according to the Inside of Biohazard guide, could run up to 43 miles per hour.
He's even thrown his trusty knife fast enough that this creepy guy didn't even react until.
He's even creepier in the remake.
The average time for a person to perceive and react to movement is a quarter of a second. Leon appears to be about 30 feet away from his target Salazar here, meaning he threw his knife around 80 miles per hour.
The average speed for most world-class knife throwers is only 35 miles per hour, so he's more than double that.
Leon is tough. And he survived blows from various large and burly BOWs. He even matched the strength of Umbrella agent Jack Krauser. Krauser was strong enough to perform a 30-foot vertical jump. Generally, men can pull off a 2-foot vertical jump at most, making Krauser potentially 15 times stronger than the average man.
At this point, let's just say that Leon is basically superhuman. It's like he has 0 weaknesses.
Au contraire, Boomstick, Leon has his fair share of baggage. He's pretty gullible, oftentimes tricked by those wilier than himself.
Go. Save yourself.
Is it just me, or does everybody always ignore what I say?
Like her? You think he just might be trying to get laid? Lord knows I've done a few dumb things on that quest. I don't know about his chances, though, rocking that hairdo.
But after more than 15 years of nightmarish catastrophes, Leon's mental state has become more fragile and more reliant on alcohol.
Damn.
Ah, you and me both, pal.
Tough to blame him.
He always needs a little chaos in his life. And when it comes down to it, that's what makes him such a friggin' badass.
Oh.
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old.
Upon first impression, Frank West seems to
He's
just
covered
be
wars,
your
you know.
average journalist.
Yes, I heard
but
that.
He's far more than that.
I'll say, he's covered wars, you know.
As a photojournalist, Frank will regularly go far beyond the call of duty to uncover his
didn't
next
even have
big
his bottom.
scoop. It was this
Loves mini
ironclad
golf.
determination which led him to a mall in the town of
He
Willamette,
wants to sucker
Colorado,
punch the president.
where he found the zombie apocalypse.
What? Did you just say zombies?
But Frank's down to rough up dozens of zombies every now and then. And with his wrestling history and battlefield experience, he's got the skills to do it.
Despite never
must
having
have been
fired
from
a gun
what-
at another person before
movie was that
Willamette,
from?
Frank
Which one was that
discovered
from?
he's a
I don't know,
natural
we
when
didn't
it
see that,
comes to
though.
Firearms.
He's handy with all all sorts of guns, like pistols, shotguns, machine guns, and a beautiful minigun.
Oh.
I love it. He's even got a Silver Ghost, a unique pistol specifically designed for government agent Leon Hey, wait a minute.
But bullets can only last so long against a never-ending zombie horde, so Frank was forced to improvise.
And thanks to being in a shopping mall, he had plenty of options.
From obvious choices like sledgehammers, baseball bats, and chainsaws to out-of-the-box picks like shampoo, lipstick, lawnmowers, and a shopping cart, Frank has an uncanny ability to effectively weaponize pretty much anything he gets his hands on.
Garbage, toys, food, you name it. This guy does not overlook anything dealing
so
potential.
fast.
He even uses his camera flash as a weapon.
His primary camera appears to be a Nikon D100, which has a flash color temperature of 6000 K, or crystal white. When used up close, it's nearly as effective on the eyes as a flashbang grenade.
Anyway, Frank survived the zombie horde with flying colors. His next step was obvious. Profit from it.
He became famous overnight. He was named the Hero of Willamette, hosted a TV show, and scored all sorts of endorsements.
His love of using baseball bats to smash zombie skulls in even landed him a great commercial deal with Deadwood Pro Baseball. Damn,
Nice.
so he's making tons of money off of killing people. My dream.
I know, right? All these zombies were technically people once, so when you really think about it, this whole situation is pretty
Freaking awesome! Living the dream,
Oh my God.
buddy.
Oh,
You earned it.
wow.
Anyway, fame is a fickle mistress, and it wasn't long until Frank's 15 minutes of fame were cut short. He eventually became a college teacher, but not before several more encounters with the undead kind.
And the more he fought him, the more
candy kid?
creative he got about it.
Frank's
Bow?
greatest asset is
Crossbow?
his impressive ingenuity. With nothing but his blood, sweat, and tears,
And a shitload of duct tape,
Frank perfected the art of combination weapons.
like the paddle saw, where he took a kayak paddle and strapped on a couple chainsaws for a rip-roaring good time.
That's fun.
The Electric Crusher is an invention combining the power of a car battery with the weight of a sledgehammer, crafting a Mjolnir for mortal.
Blitzkrieg is a freaking wheelchair.
Yeah!
powered by a car battery, firing machine guns all over the place.
That's
Stephen
awesome.
Hawking could have even beat death with that.
He can make a laser sword by sticking a gem into a flashlight. Don't ask me how.
And the Reaper is the unholy union of sickle and samurai sword. Wow, and all that is just scratching the surface. He's even got combo vehicles like the exosuit,
That's a suit made of slurping machines.
which shoots ice tornadoes. Talk about cool, pun intended.
Even stranger, Frank has used an arcade machine to miraculously copy some of the powers of fellow Capcom characters.
Dante.
Wizard, Frankie.
No, he's not magic. These powers come directly from costumes most commonly obtained from the machine. For example, he can don Ryu's ki to perform hurricane kicks, or Mega
my
Man
God.
X's armor complete with a Mega Buster.
You
That's
are what
fun.
you wear. Speaking of costume changes, sadly, Frank eventually was caught by zombies and wound up becoming another mindless slave of the undead
Aw.
horde. But it's okay. He got better.
Frank has pulled off a lot of impressive feats. Despite having little formal training aside from maybe a 3-day combat journalist crash course, he's killed hundreds, maybe thousands of zombies, giving him one of the highest body counts in video game history.
He's really strong, too. He can pull a zombie's limbs and head off no problem. And in the exosuit, he's pushed around a 2-ton car.
He's tough enough to survive long falls and devastating helicopter crashes with little issues. And he's quick enough to catch up to and board a train moving 15 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. He can even hop off zombies' heads like a ninja so well that the zombies barely even notice.
Wait, they don't notice that he's literally jumping off their heads? How the hell does he pull that off?
Very careful. But Frank has fought more than just mindless zombies.
Yeah, like some crazy clowns with chainsaws
Yeah.
and a freeze gun, and plenty of other psychomaniacs. This is my stuff! Including Lance Corporal Calder, the world's first intelligent soldier zombie.
Also, I think it's important to note many of these feats were performed in a span of 72 hours with no sleep or rest. According to a study on sleep deprivation in 2010, an average human's physical and mental health begins to severely deteriorate after 36 hours of no sleep,
Yeah.
resulting in disorientation and even hallucinations.
Here I thought heavy drinking was the only way to legally hallucinate. Well, time to binge Netflix until I trip all.
Whether by inhuman stamina or just a shit ton of adrenaline, Frank was in peak condition for twice as long as he should have been.
There's that journalist determination again. Sure, he may be a bit of a self-serving asshole, but he's pulled off the impossible more than once, even when he got into his 50s.
Once a survivor, always a survivor.
Snag your very own disposable, digi-cheap disposable camera. It's fantastic.
Nice.
I mean it. Seriously. I need a raise.
So I'll be honest, I think Frank West is gonna get it.
He's gonna get it, like win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the creativity of weapons and and the stamina factor that they brought into place, I'm like, okay. I was like, Leon is really proficient with disarming, but he's assuming he's disarming standard weapons. I'm not really sure how you do a like pressure point trick against a kayak paddle of chainsaws.
True.
All of that being said, I go with loyalty.
You do.
And I am going to go with Leon because I do think he has some crazy superhuman skills.
Okay.
He's seen some shit. And I feel for the guy. And he's always been that all-around good guy. Like he's always that good guy. So for all that, plus the fact that he does have this fancy martial arts training that I'd never even heard of, I'm gonna go with 5 on Leon.
Okay. I mean, Leon's gone up against like, I think a lot more formidable foes than Frank West has. I mean, Frank West has gotten through more zombies and has gotten through some psychos or whatever, but he's never faced like, I don't know, a nemesis like hulking, like huge beast that like can knock you, 100 feet sideways.
That's true.
And Leon survived all that. And Leon's had some pretty crazy superhuman moves. But Frank West has covered wars.
Yes.
He has. I'm still not going to bet on him. I just wanted to say that. I just want to do the build up and to do the line. For all those reasons, that's why I'm going to go with Leon. And I'm going to bet $10 on Leon. Ooh. So that way I'll either grow my lead by 5 or we'll be tied by the end of this. So we'll see what happens.
With the evacuation complete, state officials are prioritizing outbreak containment. Yet there are still reports of looters within the city. Who knows what these people think is worth braving certain doom to get?
Sweet! Just what I was looking for.
Nice.
What are you doing? No one's supposed to be here.
Never stopped me before, pal.
Ooh.
See you in a flash, buddy.
Fuck you, love Frank.
Oh, shit.
Oh, of course they gotta bring the zombies in. Nice.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of all your ammo.
Shit, bound each other and zombies. I think they put their differences aside.
You think, but no. Frank seems very focused on trying to kill you.
Give it up, man. You can't keep up with me.
Wanna bet? I've covered wars, you know.
Yes!
That's nice, bud. I fought them.
Oh, he's gonna get his. Okay.
Lucky me.
Oh, damn.
Nice move, Leon.
Nice to meet you. Why don't you chill out?
Yeah. Schwarzenegger and Batman reference.
Here we go. It was ice fighting with you, buddy.
Oh, crap. There you go. Yeah!
Something tells me Frank won't be coming back from the dead this time.
Frank's cheeky strategies and endlessly creative arsenal certainly put up a good fight, but in the end, Leon just had him beat in nearly every other category.
Frank was one tough cookie, but Leon's superhuman abilities were just more impressive. Frank's pushed a 2-ton car, right?
Yes, which is similar to Leon holding back the shark's 2-ton biting force, but his boulder feat was much more impressive. By comparing the boulder's size to Leon, it appears to have weighed around 9 tons at minimum. While Leon did have help pushing it, even half of 9 tons is much heavier than anything Frank's lifted or pushed.
Leon and Frank seemed equally tough, but Leon was definitely quicker. Bullet timing, laser dodging, and hell, Leon's speed and precision with his knife on its own is more impressive than any speed feat Frank's got.
But in the end, the most important question was whether or not Leon could cope with Frank's insane weaponry and unpredictable creativity.
But Leon's seen plenty of crazy shit in his career and fought lots of surprising and off-putting monsters.
His years of formal training and more consistent combat record certainly lent him the experience needed to win. He's survived numerous battles with enemies powerful enough to one-shot him, and he's shown plenty of creative strategy and critical thinking mid-fight.
Like when he fought Tyrant Glenn, using momentum from his own injuries and throwing a friggin' motorcycle through the air. Leon was just too fast, too strong, too experienced, and too badass. He was frankly on his game.
The winner is Leon Kennedy.
Nice. All right. So you both got it right.
Yeah.
Picked Leon. Yeah. Fun death battle. I was worried that like Frank's like changing into different characters. I didn't know if they were going to be able to bring that into play or not. Because sometimes like people's abilities, they're not able to bring it in because like it's not, because it's like, I don't know, they're fighting on neutral ground and there's certain things that they can't like bring in. But yeah, like, so when you got the Mega Man suit, I was like, oh shit, this might be it. Because like he could be Mega Man, he could be Ryu, he could really mess some stuff up against Leon.
Yeah. Thanks to how you bet, I couldn't lose in this one because if Leon won, I was right and yay. And if Frank West won, then we were tied. So yay. So very enjoyable to watch. I'm glad they brought the zombies in. I think they probably could have extended the fight a bit once they had the opportunity to bring in some other characters and to kind of like, I think, extend the anticipation as to who the winner was going to be. For example, it would have been interesting to see how Leon's martial arts stacked up to Ryu's. You know, so something a little more, I think like, it's going to sound weird to say, but like a little more in this world than perhaps Mega Man. But I love that they brought in his sort of Thor style hammer.
Yeah.
I love they had a ton of zombies in it. That was also fun.
Chainsaw paddle though.
Yeah, that would have. I mean, I thought he lifted things in the car. I thought one of them was a chainsaw, so I was waiting for him to bust that out. But all in all, very enjoyable matchup. I'm so glad that they've made the use of the line about him covering wars as much as humanly possible. So yeah, very, very good.
So the score is 295 to 285. Yes, that's math. Yes. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access to our reactions, check out the description of this video because we got a link to our Patreon there.
Yep.
And as well as a playlist for all of our Death Battle reactions here on YouTube. We've covered a lot so far. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Leon Kennedy versus Frank West, but just keep in mind,
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.